We will see one in
Yeah.
just a moment. This particular one, you call it a calendar shot. This is the kind of traditional shot on the river, brick architecture, and this is also the place where River Sing with revels takes place with thousands of singers. It's where a lot of events take place. This is kind of for many people the quintessential Charles River view.
Yeah, the old movie Love Story was
That's
on that
right,
was
that's
on that
right.
bridge, and
Yeah.
actually I put this up on Google Earth because I actually post a lot of my photographs on there too, and this one got more hits than any of the other ones in the Boston area.
People can relate to it, particularly
Yeah.
I think the author just died, so that it has been in the news. But here's a picture that is, you say it's 8 feet long. You printed it on 8 feet long canvas.
Yes, yeah, and actually it's much longer than this PowerPoint slide shows because I actually get from the Longfellow Bridge all the way to the Citgo sign. So that's why it's actually.
It actually, longer.
Yeah, it's much longer, but it was difficult to show. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see any detail at all.
Yeah.
But it was at the time of day. Most people that drive by there or walk or ride by there see that light, and I just made sure that I caught it that particular day.
Oh, you caught it, and I know you also caught it at night in many different
times
ways,
of the
yeah.
year and the day, and it's
Yeah.
one of those ones. Actually, that one's probably most popular on Google Earth because there are probably 3 dozen photographers that have posted a similar picture.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as dramatic
as
as this,
powerful, yeah.
but they do have very similar
Yeah.
pictures there.
Now here comes a very witty one, which is, you call that the ice cream picture?
Yeah, it's the MIT Rotunda Dome.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pranks done by the MIT students at that
Yeah,
place.
well-
And it just so happened they were fixing the dome at one time, that particular day. It was on the ice cream day at MIT.
And ice cream came out of the dome.
And I was standing there, and there's this cloud. It looks like it's a cone. And I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
"Oh, I have to get that." And I
Yeah.
actually sent it, emailed it to one of my friends from MIT.
Good.
Yeah. So.
Good. Well, another classic vista with the trees in the foreground and the water, the sailboats, and then the beautiful back bay.
Yeah.
And this picture could not have been taken a few years ago because there used to be a row of parked cars. And this is a very rare and a wonderful story that Parklands get bigger and the road got narrower. And the DCR deserves a lot of credit for making that happen, to make the Parklands bigger and to open up that vista. So I'm very grateful you showing that and make people aware what a gift it is to have these vistas. Let's move on here. We're now on the Esplanade.
Yeah, that's the willow trees. And actually, this is a little symbolic because you have the asphalt pathway there, and you
Yeah.
also have the dirt road.
Yeah, and
So
people
there's
choose the dirt.
choices in your life, which path you're going to take. And
Yeah.
plus the fact that it's a willow and there's so many beautiful willow trees in Boston, and that happens to be one of the nicest spots I think along the Esplanade.
Beautiful spot. And
Yeah.
now something that has also been much in the news is the Longfellow Bridge.
Yeah. Now this was another dramatic shot of the bridge, and basically I like it because it captured the monumental structure of the bridge. It's just that granite is just so strong.
Yeah.
And you can see the rust too because of years of people not painting it, and from what I hear, they have the money to paint it now, and it's not going to be
yeah.
it's not going to look that grandiose and old and as it maybe it'll be clean, it'll be grandiose, but it'll be clean.
Yeah, well,
you won't
more
see
than
the age.
paint.
Yeah.
I mean, what rust does, it erodes the structure, and in many places the structure needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
And something that we are fighting over also is to make sure that people on foot and people on bike also have a safe way to cross that bridge, which is not currently the case. And so there are groups like the Livable Cities and Walk Boston and Mass Bike and the Charles River Conservancy. We're all working together to make sure that this bridge is safe to cross, and Representative Marty Walls has been very involved to make that happen.
It's one of our gems. I think it's one of our Boston gems. I think it's it's as beautiful as the Brooklyn Bridge, or maybe even better.
It is a beautiful bridge. Yeah, it is a gorgeous bridge. And then, of course, the famous finale.
Yeah. That was on the MIT side. I was right near the School of Business, And there's a beautiful spot there where you can capture the fireworks. And I try to get right in the middle, right where the barge was across the way. And I had my camera set up on a tripod, and I had a shutter release cable, and I took maybe 2,000 shots that night. And I just happened to get one that just it looked. It almost someone said, "Oh, it looks like there's water spraying." I said, "No, there's no water there. That's all fireworks." And it's just the configuration that the firework company used, happens to look like water. And I did it again the next year, and they didn't have that configuration. They had other ones which were nice too, but this one here is just kind of spectacular. It's,
yeah. Well, you realize that the talent that Fran has, and to look at those pictures. Whenever I look pictures, I always see different things than I see with my own eyes, and I think this is what good photography is all about. It makes us look at things differently. And I want our viewers to know that you have a show coming up, and that show is opening very soon, and it will be in Marblehead, and what's been cut off of our picture is that 20% of the sales are donated to the Charles River Conservancy.
Yes.
Thank you very much for doing that.
Welcome,
That is really wonderful. And in case you came late to this show will be on YouTube, so you can see the pictures. And also you can go, I'm afraid this is also a little bit cut off here. Maybe you could say what your how people can reach you. It says your website, Fran Gardino.
Yeah, if you go to my website, all the links will be there. There's a link to the Charles River page. There's also links to the Charles River Conservancy page and the Marblehead Art Association page. And you can send me an email through there too. So, and there'll probably be a link to the YouTube video when we get it.
That's right.
So,
Yeah. So, you've seen some wonderful pictures, and if you go to Fran's website, you will see, how many are there? There are hundreds probably of your Charles River pictures, and it's just an enormous joy to look at those images, and they are of all seasons. They are all along the Charles, and then you can when you find out when he has his shows, you can actually get a print of those photographs at very reasonable prices. So I encourage you to go to the shows and go to his website to find out more. Now, there's something particular that you love about the water. What is it that attracts you to water? Because you've done other rivers, down by the river. You've done other river shows.
Okay, well, I grew up in Everett near the Malden and the Mystic River.
Yeah.
And when I was a child, it was polluted. And I can say that, I was thinking about, today is the State of the Union speech is going to be tonight by the President, and I was thinking the state of the river, and I was going to tell you about it. That the state of the river in Malden and Medford, in Mystic River, is very good, because 50 years ago, when I was 7 years old, I could not swim in those rivers. Today, I don't think I would jump in.
Not yet.
But
right.
I did fall in once. I was on a canoe, and I was canoeing around. I fell in the river, and I got a mouthful of water, and I'm here, and that was about 10 years ago, and I'm still here to talk about
Good.
it.
Well, that's right. And
the Charles River, is beautiful too.
It's swimmable. And so it is. So the rivers are coming back.
50 years later, they're in good shape. Yeah.
And there are many people, and many among our viewers are working very hard to bring those rivers back, to have them swimmable, and to have them really be part of our community.